Gentlemen, We Happy Few might have been. It's a game that's been out there. It's been announced. We've covered it on IGN, and it's very sort of early form. It's coming to Xbox Game Preview in July, but we got a really polished. This game's clearly come a long, long way.
Yeah,
in a good way.
I'm confused by what this game's become because it started off as this sort of randomly, procedurally generated,
almost a roguelike.
A roguelike in this really stylish world, and it kept the style of that world. But this felt like BioShock.
It did.
In a really good way.
In a really good way.
The demo made me feel uncomfortable in the best possible way.
Yeah.
You know, I liked seeing how they're going to deliver the narrative of the story, and I definitely got the same BioShock vibe you got.
Yeah, you get this Clockwork Orange Brazil sort of vibe to it. And yeah, I thought it was really evocative. I think there was a Viva Pinata nod when he smashed the pinata and it turned out to be a dead rat. So that's coming back.
Is that how Viva Pinata felt for you?
Yeah, I was going through a rough time in my life.
I understand. Yeah, no, I got it.
But yeah, it felt like this really interesting interactive narrative, and you have these choices of whether to keep taking the pills or whether to, throw them against the wall and see what's happening. I don't know what this game is anymore. But
that's a good thing.
It's a really good thing.
It's going to surprise you.
From a gameplay standpoint, it does remind me of the stuff that we saw before, but it's been themed. I mean, I think a lot of our English viewers will know this, but this is the sort of equivalent of the American 50s vibe from, like a BioShock or a Fallout. This is the UK 50s vibe.
Yeah, totally.
And it is very powerful for people in the UK. Like all of these themes and the Clockwork Orange stuff drew from that as well. So this just looks like it could be totally phenomenal. It could also be too weird to process.
Oh yeah, this is the best demo that I've ever seen of this product, and it definitely has me interested. And I think they're going to get a lot of people on board for We Happy Few and trying it out.
Yeah, one of the interesting things to me was the fact that it came at the end of a long string of ID at Xbox and indies, and we saw stuff like a quick glimpse at Cuphead, which we just want right now. We saw Below, we saw Outlast 2, but this was the one that got its full sort of stage demo. This was the sort of and one more thing of the indie package.
I got the impression this is the one that Chris Charlo was most excited about.
Yeah.
And because of that, because Chris Charlo knows games and I love his taste, I'm really excited about this because he was indicating that this is his pick.
Yeah, which is super cool. And I'm really curious though, because this demo made it seem very much like a narrative-driven game, and yet we're getting early access on it, which is those two sort of don't.
Oh yeah,
it's narrative-driven, and it also has this sort of bicameral thing going on with the pills and dark and light, and looked like it was full of totally solid real gameplay, which is terrific.
Yeah, and like Destin said, it made me uncomfortable, which is awesome. I have too much comfort in life.
Yeah.
You just.
Well, it's going to make you think. It's going to push those boundaries.
You're going to make an excellent thesis for a psychotherapist at some point. You have several PhDs in you.
The nicest thing anyone's ever said.
I do want to plug something inside real quick, Marty.
Oh yes.
We have a preview that's actually should be live now. Your preview on IGN. We got to play this ahead of E3, and we've been keeping our mouths shut about it. But inside from the creators of Limbo. If you want to read more about it, see more of it.
Yeah.
Please check out Marty's preview on IGN.
If you want to go in fresh and not be spoiled on it, just the top level thing is that it is absolutely worth the 6-year wait. And that my sort of core thesis is that I call it Super Limbo in the same way that Super Metroid, Super Mario, and Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past took the core tenets of the NES games and just expanded upon all of them. This is what it does with Limbo.
And I think the announcement at Limbo is good too. Anything that gets more people to be able to
Limbo.
play that game.
At this point, if you haven't played Limbo, I don't know, you're a lost cause.
Yeah.